mud will be swept inside the dormitory, and then in the morning we could find out that the mud is floating on the floor. And it was a challenge coping with the situation. Sometimes the rain could come in through the windows, the unclosable windows.
It was challenging at night. Education was hard also to wake up in the morning, then you go to class when you have not slept well at night. So it was challenging.
It was not good. It was really, really challenging. Sometimes you could become discouraged and hoped to go to another school, but due to the circumstances, we still pressed on due to the encouragement that the teacher was giving us and telling us, just pray hard and something is going to happen. So we prayed and believed that something is going to happen even after the long suffering. And truly, God came.
The Kiutini Adventist School in Kenya is a secondary boarding school, home to 230 students. For years, the students have lived in deplorable conditions. Seventh-day Adventist Church leadership in Kenya approached Maranatha for help, and in 2018, Maranatha agreed to improve the campus at Kiutini. Groups of Maranatha volunteers began constructing new dormitories, classrooms, bathrooms, a kitchen, and a cafeteria. As volunteer teams were organized, the Ultimate Workout, Maranatha's annual teens-only mission trip for high schoolers, was added to the list of those that would help at Kiutini. In its 29th year, this would be Ultimate Workout's first visit to the continent of Africa. In July 2019, 111 teens and adult leaders made their way to Kenya for an experience they'd never forget.
They're so sweet, they're so kind. They're so welcoming. They want to meet you. They're curious about you. They're just great people in general. Like, I've never met like kinder people in my life.
The Kiutini students are very loving, very appreciative, thanking us for being here, very hospitable. I remember when I got off the bus and we were first unloading our luggage. One of the Kiutini students grabbed me by the hand and walked me to the truck to get our luggage off. And since then, he's found me in worship. We've sat and sung together. He brought his brother. I met the whole. We've taken pictures together. They're just very warm and inviting people.
One thing I've really noticed about them and just everyone here is they're always so content. We've seen what they've come from and what they still currently have, and they're so content.
So I got to tour the campus where they used to stay, and I went into the girls' dorm. I was quite shocked by what I saw. It was just mud floor and bunk beds that weren't not really bunk beds. And it was just open. The floorboards the walls were open, so anything could actually come in. And I was just wondering what happens when the rain fell. It was just really sad and deplorable.
Lots of dust and high winds. It was a definitely different atmosphere, and also very different living conditions.
The dormitories weren't very good. The floor was just bad. One thing that stood out to me personally is the showers. It's just like this closed off area, and there's just rocks everywhere, and you just have a bucket and you dump it over your head. But so it was really bad, and I'm glad that we're here to help and make new ones. But yeah, just everything that was the boys' dorm, the girls' dorm, and the kitchen wasn't so great either.
I was not expecting to see something like these conditions as poor as they are. You wouldn't see anything like this back home.
It's just totally different. My school has running water. It has walls, actual walls. It's completely different. I don't even think you can compare the two, because now, even though my school, I wouldn't say it's in the best condition, it's still 1,000 times better than what they used to have.
Oh, it humbles me. and it makes me feel like I'm a spoiled brat. Yeah, we're very fortunate in America, and we take for granted what we have.
When we come back, see how Ultimate Workout volunteers help to improve conditions at the Chiutini School and serve in the local community.
For more than a decade, Maranatha Mission Stories has taken you around the world, showing you the need and challenging you to get involved. Now, we're introducing new ways for you to stay informed and inspired about the mission. Watch your favorite episode of Maranatha Mission Stories, as well as other Maranatha videos on your Apple TV. Visit the App Store, search for the Maranatha channel, and hit install. You'll have access to all of our latest video content, and you can watch anytime. Our videos are available on demand 24 hours a day. Our content can also be viewed on Roku and Amazon Fire TV. The Maranatha channel, bringing mission adventures to your living room.
For Ultimate Workout in 2019, volunteers were tasked with constructing a new boys' dorm and a classroom at the Chiutini Adventist School in Kenya. After learning how to lay block, the teens got to work building these much-needed structures.
I really like the block work. I've done that, I did medical team once. I really enjoyed that, but I also really love the construction aspect. I love getting a pickaxe and hitting concrete or rock, building a foundation. I love getting my hands dirty.
I think even though the kids are happy with what they have now, I think it's going to mean much more for them. They recognize that they can get a better education if they have a better place to learn in. So I think it will be really good that they can have clean roofs that don't leak when they're learning, desks that work when they need to. So I think it's going to be great for their education.
Besides construction, the volunteers were able to serve on one of 2 outreach teams and a medical team.
I've been doing VBS and outreach this whole time, and I actually genuinely care about them, and I'm gonna miss them a lot.
Visiting the local schools, and the kids are just so amazing. They're so sweet, they're so curious, they grab all over you, they love to hug you, they love to touch you, and just you feel so loved even though you don't know them. A lot of the kids, I don't know their names, probably because I can't pronounce them or remember them, but they still love me, and even though they may think I'm kind of weird or different, they still love me and they're so welcoming.
The 4 or 5 communities that we've gone to provide medical services, the need has been so great, and we haven't been able to see everyone, but it has been a difference between this mission trip and others that I've gone on. Our role here is twofold. It's one, to mentor the young people that we have brought over and give them exposure into medicine, and we've been able to show them how to do things that they probably won't do for several years in the future. Some of them said they didn't really know that it would be so hands-on, and they've been able to, and I go by the mantra, and it's in medicine that you see one, you do one, and then you teach one. So they would see procedures being done, and then we'd allow them to do it.
In between construction and outreach, volunteers also took breaks to experience quintessential Kenya by going on a safari in nearby Meru National Park.
The special moment was the safari. I've always wanted to be able to go on a safari, although it is long. It was about 8 hours, but we got to see everything but a lion. Getting to see all of God's creations up close is really an amazing thing. Seeing rhinos, I never thought I would ever see a rhino. That would definitely be a high point in the trip so far.
The first Sabbath also featured a trip to visit a Samburu tribe to worship in a church Maranatha constructed. Ultimate Workout volunteers led the church services and experienced a new culture.
Going out to the Samburu tribe was very special. You know, I mean, those people had been worshiping under a tree, and now they have a one-day church, and they have pride in that, and they have water to drink.
We got to meet some of the people in the village, and we just got to talk to them, and it was really cool to see all these like huts and stuff. Cause like here we see like buildings like that are similar to, kind of not exactly the same, but similar to what we have at home. But like to see like people with like mud huts and stuff, and like straws for roofs, that was really cool. And the ladies and the people there, they let us go inside and check it out, which was really cool. It was very small. It was just like was one sleeping area and like a kitchen that was like very small, but it was such a neat experience just to walk in and to see that. And the people there, they started singing and dancing in their like traditional like style and everything. That was so cool. I got some videos of it.
One of the unique aspects of this trip was the abundant opportunities for interaction between Ultimate Workout volunteers and the Kiutini students.
You know, you come into this new environment, you don't really expect the people you see to be pretty much just like you. You know, they're kids just like you, even though they speak a different language and it seems a little bit different. They experience the same things that you experience, and they react to them in a similar fashion. And it's interesting to figure that out and see how similar you are to somebody who's on the other half of the world.
They're amazing because like I love the kids here, and I make it a point to kind of get to know every one of them. I have made so many friends. They're very nice. They're always smiling. If they have a bad day, like they don't let me see that.
It has been an amazing experience having them around. Okay, for me, I never thought that I could come in close contact with you guys, with these volunteers, but through you, at least we have shared a lot. We have known each other. We have known what are the hobbies of each side. We have really known that there is no difference between you guys and us. And it has been a blessing. Yeah.
Well, they like asking a lot of questions, figuring out what it's like, which, you know, I've done the same to them. I'm assuming everybody's asked that question. I would love to, or said that I would love to go to Africa. And, you know, when you get the chance, you can ask them, what's it like? How are you? How do things go around here from day-to-day life? And they're all really nice kids. They're really great singers, especially.
You have gained a lot of inspiration from them because you have come to understand that you worship the same God, and through singing you have gained a lot of messages from them, and I know God is pleased of what they are doing, and He has blessed us through them.
With Ultimate Workout designed to stretch volunteers' physical and spiritual muscles, each day featured multiple worship services, including joint programs with the Kiutini students.
Joint worships are amazing because just Maranatha, when we're having worship, we sing and we kind of get into it, but not as much. When the kids come over, they really hype us up. Personally, they sing very loud. They're very into it, and that kind of motivates me. That kind of gets me excited, and I get more into it. And it was just, when you have a bigger crowd, there's more singing, it's louder, and it's just more of like a choir, and it's really cool. They enjoy the music, they love it, and they kind of help me to kind of enjoy the music as well, and to kind of get into worship.
My favorite part is just the singing. Like, they just drown us out. Like, we can't even be heard. They're just always so happy. It just makes me smile. I just like sit there and just like close my eyes, and like I wish I could just like look out of like at all of us instead of just like being in the mix, because it's just like really cool to see like a bunch of different cultures just like completely like mixed, but like we're all there for like the same purpose and stuff. And so I don't know, I think it's really cool that like we get to unite for that.
I just wish I could just sit back and just observe it instead of being a part of it, because it sounds so good. It just looks so good to see them mingling with our participants and just hearing the sounds of worship and just watching them participate. And even though we have such vast difference, even economically, you can't tell it when we're in worship. You really can't. They're just really together and just reading the Bible together, sharing everything.
They are pretty interactive during worships. Like for the sermon, I was sitting next to a girl, and back at home, like our church is pretty quiet during the sermon, and during this sermon, all of the QTini students, they responded amen to the pastor, and I didn't, and she thought it was a little disrespectful that I didn't, just because I'm not used to it.
Due to the way we have been interacting there in the worships, we have really built the contacts between us and you. We've shared and we have known that we share a common God, and really felt that Jesus Christ loves us because we are common and we share one thing in common, that all of us, we have come to know that all of us, God loves us.
When we come back, watch the push to complete the work before time runs out on the teens' trip in Kenya. Throughout the nearly 2-week ultimate workout in Kenya, friendships were forged, new cultures were experienced, and spiritual lessons learned. But as the time for departure neared, there was concern that the boys' dorm may not be completed in time. A special dedication had been planned, and the volunteers didn't want to leave the building unfinished.
This morning we had an opportunity to choose to go to outreach or stay and do construction. And I decided to stay, mainly because Will's, the lead construction worker, reminded us that this is a special situation. We get to build this whole place from the ground up, and then we get to help them move into it. It's something that I've never experienced. It's something that he has never experienced. Being able to put in their bunk beds, set up their mattresses, and help them move into a place, I'm hoping it's going to be a really great thing.
I'm sure they're very excited because they've been watching us build them and other Maranatha volunteers. They watch them build it, and they're really excited to have more space and to have more showers and better bathrooms and stuff. I think they're very, very pumped, very excited to have like a better living conditions. I mean, I would be too if I were them.
Wow. With new resolve to finish the work on time, volunteers made a push to accelerate the construction of the boys' dorm and got the job done.
I'm a lot more capable than what I think. We can push our bodies farther than what our mind can think. We might think that we aren't able to lift the block up to the next level and be able to set another one, just before lunch. But we can do it.
On the final Friday, the boys' dormitory and the new classroom were dedicated, with a number of regional Seventh-day Adventist church officials present.
In the new dorm, we are able to sleep in your own beddings and comfortable, and when it comes to time for going to class, you don't feel like you have been in a wrong place at night, so it is good.
It means the world to them, I would assume. If I lived in these kinds of conditions and I had a shower built for me, and I actually had a decent bathroom and a nice living space, I would be pretty grateful for what I got,
It's like heaven. At least I'd assume so. If I lived in this prior to those, that's a huge change.
if we compare the times we were sleeping in the old dorms, people were sluggish during the day because they never slept, and people were sleeping in classes when the teacher was teaching. But now, because you're enjoying your sleep back in the dormitory, you don't have that sleep, and now you can cooperate in class. May God bless you for the wonderful work that you have done into our school. If it was not for you, we don't know where we could be. You've really transformed this school. We can't express the gratitude we have because you've been really good to us. You've really helped us come from the situation that we were in until now. It's great. May God bless you.
So happy in Jesus' name, I'm a peace because He has taken away my sins.
The joyous celebration was followed by a special Sabbath that saw 37 people baptized, including Chiutini students and 26 Ultimate Workout volunteers. It was the culmination of a nearly 2-week experience filled with spiritual growth, physical challenges, and expanding worldviews.
I now baptize you in the name of the Father.
It's quite a workout. Mentally, like spiritually, getting to know God. I feel like that can actually bring you closer to God. And physically, it's hard work. So it's all around. I love the name. It's Ultimate Workout. It quite is an Ultimate Workout.
Ultimate Workout it's a tough experience. It pushes you out of your comfort zone, which is something that very few people like. Going outside of the country is never easy. Getting used to the time changes. And Ultimate Workout presents all of that. It presents waking up early, getting to work, worship. I mean, worship is a time of rest and praising the Lord. But right after that, we're going straight to work. It's hard, but that's what's great about it.
I don't know, I guess I learned how to be more loving and open, because back home you have your space that you're comfortable in, and when you're completely removed from it and like dropped in another situation, it makes you have to adapt.
I think I've just learned that I need to be more content with what I have. There's a lot of stuff that it's like, oh, I need this or I need that, but like after being here, I realize that like a bunch of my needs are more just wants.
I listen to them talk, especially at night in the dorm or on our way back from our projects, and they recognize, first of all, that they are blessed beyond measure, that they have more than what they sometimes don't realize. I think also, like yesterday, they realized that, oh, we may be different geographically, we may be different economically, but we are kind of the same.
They should experience this. I mean, you take for granted the life that you're living, and you never know that unless you expose yourself to other continents, countries, other peoples, other cultures, you'll never know that you have a great life, or, you know, and that others have a great life too, but they just do it on a lot less. And I would really strongly say that as many young people that hear this and know about this, they should really try to come and be a part of it, because there's so much work to be done. And there's so many hands that can be involved in this work. And the rewards you may not see until we get to heaven.
Every parent should send their teen on an ultimate workout. First of all, no joke. Teens are really connecting with Christ through service. We're just there as the adults to guide them and mentor them, but they pretty much plan and execute everything. You want your child to really connect to others, you want your teen to really get to know God through service, it's the ultimate workout.
You get to experience the hard work, the grit, and the growth that you experience. It's something that you can't even put a price on. Being able to experience different cultures, different people, different points of view. It's priceless.
I feel like everyone should have this experience. Before I came here, I was kind of nervous. I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to make friends. I don't know how it's going to be. I'm scared about the squatty potties, but you know, I feel like everyone should be able to get out of their comfort zone and to be put into a place you're not familiar with, with people you're not familiar with, and just to learn to adapt and to love and to grow with people you don't know. And I think everyone should be able to go on this trip. I really think it's amazing, and it's probably the best thing that's ever happened in my life.